In this video, we will talk about collectors.groupingBy method. Simply put, collectors.groupingBy provides similar functionality as SQL groupBy class. You just have to provide the property and groupingBy method will group them by that specific property. The output of groupingBy is map, key, and value. There are three overloaded methods of groupingBy. The first one is groupingBy classifier. The second one is groupingBy classifier and downstream. And third one is groupingBy classifier, map factory, and downstream. We'll be discussing about these three overloaded methods in three separate videos. In this video, we'll be discussing about the first one, which is groupingBy classifier. So groupingBy classifier. So example of this one is we have a list of a string which consists of names, and we are creating that list of a string using list.of, and it contains names Syed, Mike, Jenny, Jean, and Rajiv. So our use case is to separate them out based on the length of the string. Like for example, Syed has a length of a string 4, Mike has a length of a string 4, Jean has a length of a string 4. So they should be grouped into one, and Jenny has a length of a string 5, and Rajiv has a length of a string 6. So they will be separate. And how we will do that? So here we get this string.stream.collect, and then afterwards collected.groupingBy, and then string length. So this will group them by length of their string and then assign the results to a map which contains the integer and list of a string. Integer is the length of the string and list of a string is the strings which are in that group by. So when we print this out, it will contain 4. Length of a string 4 is with Syed, Mike, and Jean has length of a string 4, and then Jenny has 5, and Rajiv is 6. Now let's look at more examples in IntelliJ. Now let's create a new class, new Java class, and the name of the class is groupingBy example 1. Let's create public static void main. And the first use case is group list of names by their length. So list of string names is equal to list.of and Syed, Mike, Jenny, Jean, and Rajiv. And when we apply the group by, then it will give us result in a map, and map will contain integer, where integer is the length of the string, and the result will be in a list of string and result is equal to string names dot stream and dot collect collectors dot grouping by, and we are grouping by string length. And let's print out the results. Now the second example is, let's print out a separator. The second example is grouping by instructors by their gender. So when we group by their gender, then we are grouping by gender is a string, so string and list of instructors. And the variable is instructor by gender. In this case, we are getting the instructors dot get all, dot stream dot collect and collectors dot grouping by, and here we are grouping by instructors dot get gender. And in order to print out the keys and values, we will just go through the instructor by gender dot for each and key and value, and we'll print out the key and value. It's out. Key equal to plus key plus value equal to plus value. Now the third case is we are grouping by experience, where more than 10 years of experience is classified as senior and others are juniors. So we are classifying them on the basis of their experience. If they are more than 10 years of experience, then they are senior, otherwise they are juniors. So here it will return a map of a string and list of instructors, and here instructors by experience is equal to instructors dot get all dot stream dot collect and collectors dot grouping by, and we'll provide our own implementation. So instructor and instructor dot get years of experience is greater than 10. We'll be using a ternary operator over here. If it is more than 10, then return senior or classify them under senior, otherwise junior. Now let's loop through the instructors by experience and print them out. Instructor by experience dot for each and key and value and key and value equal to value. And also print out the copy the separator and then print it out over here. So we are done with the implementation. Now let's run this. So first program where we were separating it out by the length of the string. So you can see that Syed, Mike and Jean, their length of a string is 4. So they are separated out in a group of 4, with the string length is equal to 4. And Jenny, a string of length 5, and Rajiv, a string of length 6. So they are grouped them by the specific length of string. Here we are grouping them by their gender. So here female we only have Jenny, and male we have Mike, then we have Jean, Anthony and Syed. Now in the third case, where we are separating them out by junior and senior, depending upon their experience. So junior is Mike. Mike has 10 years of experience because we are separating them out by the years of experience is greater than 10. He has 10 years of experience, so that's why he's in the junior. And we also have Jenny with years of experience 5, and Jean with the years of experience 6. And in the senior, we have Anthony with years of experience 15, and Syed, years of experience is equal to 15. So this was an example where we were grouping by classifier. In the next video, we'll be looking at more examples.